What prompted you to write this book?
Came out here a few decades ago, and I fell in love immediately with the fantastic Old Globe Theater, and especially those Shakespeare plays. It's just incredible. And I was working in corporation world, and as I got further in, I got involved much more with communication and presentations, and that became more my activities rather than, say, management, engineering, and so forth. I started teaching seminars and teaching at universities, and I would start to incorporate quotes from Shakespeare to make the points jump more, have a little more clout. And eventually I said, you know, maybe there's an article here. So I wrote that for the Toastmaster magazine, and I got a lot of very positive comments about that particular article. And I thought, maybe there's a book here. So with the help of an agent, I was able to sell a book, and McGraw-Hill turned out the first edition.
And what did Shakespeare write that provides the basic premise for your book?
One of his quotes, of which there are 200 or more in the book, is, "No man is lord of anything till he communicate his parts to others." So you can have a job, a title, PhD. If you're not communicating well, you're only partway there. This is filling in the rest of that gap.
And what audience is likely to get the most value from this book? Who is this book for?
I would say the principal audience are going to be people involved in the business communication world, managers, executive, or regular, anybody, because so much of business, private, government, whatever, is involved in meetings, presentations, inspiration, getting a job. All that stuff involves communication. Then there's also the private people audience, and obviously communication, interactions, relationships is a very important factor in that. So it's quite a wide range of people that would find it helpful.
Is there one Shakespeare quote that is especially relevant or important?
I particularly like, and I see very commonly a potential problem with it, from Othello. I just saw him recite this about 2 weeks ago in the Globe Theater. "Weighest thy words before thou givest them breath," meaning put brain in gear before mouth. And we've got plenty of examples of that where people have had difficulties, and especially the famous people, and that becomes a major thing that they goofed up. So we want to be careful about that.
You note that Cleopatra's communication style has led to major problems in our current world. What about her style causes trouble today?
Well, Cleo had a little difficulty there because a messenger arrived, and Cleopatra was in Egypt, and her hot romance, Mark Antony, was in Rome. But the messenger came with some bad news. She did not like to hear the bad news, so she was really tough on that messenger, and just pulled a knife on him eventually. And so you got to be careful not to shoot the messenger. And there are many examples of which are recited in the book where people have pretty much shot the messenger and missed the message because of that.
Can you give us some more examples of where Shakespeare's quotes apply to today's world?
Well, let's see. Let's start with a very common one. "The apparel oft doth proclaim the man or woman." So the appearance, how you look when you come across, is a very important one. There's one that people don't realize. That's true for a lot of them. People don't realize it came from Shakespeare. "Blow your own trumpet." Aha. In other words, you got to tout your talent yourself, because a lot of people are not doing that too well. And then there's a final one about something about "we band of brothers." "We few, we happy few, we band of brothers." Henry V, a very inspirational speech, a lot of background associated with that. But that, of course, is a common thing and became a recent title of a series of films, videos about "we band of brothers."
Is there one thing you want people to take away from your book?
One thing is communication is important, and be sure you get into it. And this particular book, Say It Like Shakespeare, can really help a whole lot. So I encourage you to get out there, have fun with it, and you'll start to see some improvements in your communication worlds.